I'm out. Come pick me up. I have a proposition for you. We have to recover an artifact, a very controversial one that's many people want destroyed. It's Piss Christ.
Piss Christ.
Piss Christ. And I'm going to take you to the area in which it's located. Ready?
All right, let's go.
The Northeast Asian region in the 1990s had been going through great change during the blooming of the 21st century. The country's identity and traditions were being examined and changed as modernization began to take shape of the country. This is not only fueled by the process of modernization, but through the concept of desire itself, leaving the people of Asia the desire for the modern life and all the products it had to offer. This was a theme for the State of Desire exhibit hosted by the Taipei Fine Arts Museum in Taipei, Taiwan. Kai Guo-Kang contributed to this exhibit with his installation titled Advertising Castle in 1998. My lens of the piece is limited, since the piece is not well documented, and has nothing but a website created by Kai Guo-Kang himself. Based on the information and images from this website, we can see that the installation was a 10 by 1500 by 1500 meter set of billboards that could be walked around and looked at from all sides. The installation obstructs the view of the museum that it is hosted by, covering it with tacky yet stylish advertisements from the Taiwanese area. All these advertisements wrap around the entrance, tricking the visitors into thinking they were entering a trade fair rather than an art museum. Though they were not intentional, the adverts demonstrate the modernist consumerist values of the West, which were adopted by Taiwan. The museum almost acts as an encapsulation of Taiwan's traditional culture, hosting unique works and ideas for the area over the time. The advertising castle surrounds, covers, and dominates this culture, demonstrating modernization and its integration of consumerism on all parts of Asian culture, including the institutionalization of museums. Kai Guoyang invites us to walk past the times of modernization to discover the art, ideas, and culture before it.
So that's it then, Advertising Castle.
Yep, that's everything I know from Artisan.
Well, if you want to infiltrate it to get Piss Christ, we're going to need a plan. And I know just who to call.
Gotcha.
I'm glad you called.
What up?
This one over here, and I got a plan.
Did you hear that? The plan seems to make sense, but we're going to need a distraction.
I understand your concern, Mr. Agent Paul, but that's why we have this as our distraction.
Whoa, Chief, watch out. What is that?
It's all good, Rookie. Looks like they installed that new John Aaron piece down here. I think we're good.
Homage to the people of the Bronx, Double Dutch at Kelly Street captures a critical moment in the life of the girls portrayed and serves as a larger testament to the importance of growing up in the Bronx. The artist, John Aaron, made the work with the technique of live casting, where plaster would be wrapped around the subject and later filled with fiberglass to make a perfect replica. Aaron began making live castings of his friends, but felt his art was too safe. He eventually set up shop on a sidewalk outside of a methadone clinic, casting addicts and transvestites and anybody willing to undergo the multi-hour casting session. Central to the work itself is the game Double Dutch, a fast-paced activity common across America. The two figures on the outside are focused on the rope, making sure to maintain the rhythm and speed. The two figures inside of the ropes seem to be mid-jump, frozen in time. Its construction reminds us of a high-relief mural with the figures looking like they are carved into the building itself. This is intentional and speaks to the impact of the district on those living inside it. Many of those living in the Bronx are at or near the poverty line with little hope of getting out of the borough. Gentrification outside of the district acts as a barrier, keeping those born in the Bronx trapped, much like the girls that are seemingly fused to the wall, becoming a literal part of the district. While this work may be a piece frozen in time on a static background which makes it good for both hiding from security and for public viewing pleasure, it alludes to an age of change and uncertainty. The girls are suspended without any place to hang on to, with their feet dangling below them and no foothold in sight. Perhaps they are on a sort of precipice, barely held in place and at a decisive point in their lives. This notion of a turning point is important in Aaron's sculpture. He looks for the special qualities in children, a moment of delicacy and correctness and trust that is like a flowering, and then it closes. The sculpture seems to capture that moment, and in effect serves as a positive reflection of the borough, presenting a glimpse into when the Bronx is at its best. It is not a place devoid of happiness, peace, and goodness.
There it is! This is what we've been looking for. It's Piss Christ by Andre Serrano.
Piss Christ is a 1987 Cibachrome print by photographer Andre Serrano that is highly controversial and has remained in the public eye for over 20 years due to its ambiguous meaning. To most viewers, the piece may appear initially intentionally sacrilegious and blasphemous, but upon further investigation, Piss Christ may have a much deeper and sincere religious meaning. Piss Christ was created in 1987 and soon became Serrano's most controversial and well-known artwork. The 60 by 40 Cibachrome photograph depicts a small white crucifix submerged in a murky brown and yellow liquid, suspended in space. This liquid is Serrano's own urine. The white crucifix stands out against the red background and has a luminous glowing quality, appearing to be illuminated by an unseen light from above. Some critics likened the piece to the KKK creating a piece defaming blacks and questioned if Christianity has become fair game in our society for any kind of blasphemy and slander. However, not all of the Christian faith experienced the same outrage and disgust. A critic, Beth Williamson, found that the urine restored shock to the image of the crucifixion. By seeing the crucified Christ submerged in urine, the observer must consider what makes Christ human. As a human, Christ would have taken on all characteristics of the human body, including fluids and secretions. Serrano has always left his work open for interpretation, but was forced to defend himself against such harsh criticisms. The photograph and the title itself are ambiguously provocative, but certainly not blasphemous, Serrano said of Piss Christ. Rather than desecrating the significance of the crucifix by submerging it in urine, Serrano restores subversive power to the crucifix through Piss Christ. The viewer is urged to embrace the full humanity of Christ.
This is a really important artifact. Luke, Paul, help me lift it.
Yeah.
Takashi Murakami created me. His goal was to create a different perspective of Japan's low culture, the otaku culture, by portraying it with art that reflected it in a more fun, sophisticated, and aesthetic way. One of the works of art that he created to reflect the otaku culture and make it look aesthetically pleasing is Second Mission Project KO2. As you can see, I am a girl that is frozen in time right before I land on the ground. My arms are robotic along with my legs, and there are plain wings protruding from the sides of my legs and back. I am half machine and half girl, and I am large enough to walk among you. I am a work of art that looks beautiful by the shadows on my skin and the smoothness of my flesh and my proportional, sexy body. I can transform into a plane in 3 stages: before, during, and after. During the transformation, the trunk of my body projects outward, while my head disappears behind my body, and my legs bend to produce the plane's wings on the sides. I may be highly sexualized, but I am far more than just that. I am part machine, and in my final transformation, I will show you how strong I can be and annihilate you all. My creator said, I believe that the role of art is to serve as a moderate message that slowly filters these unchangeable realities from our hearts. And my mission is to change your belief that Piss Christ should be protected.
Holy crap! That's Second Mission Project KO2 by Takashi Murakami. I've been waiting for this day. There's nothing we can do to defeat her! Wait, there's one thing. We must defeat her with the power of friendship. Everyone, put their hands in the middle. I'm with you!
Me too.
Me three! Whoa, Chief, watch out! What's an explosion?
It's okay. When are you gonna learn? That's just Org from the Burst series by Adolf Gottlieb. It's just art. Just art.
I'm sorry, Chief.
You're good.
Using the power of friendship as well as Baker's 7-grain chicken nuggets, our heroes defeat Second Mission Project KO2 and secure Piss Christ from those looking to destroy it.